Hey there, I got this wig from Amazon. It is a 26-inch black body wave. It came with a wig cap and a band to sew on for a glueless look, but I wasn't wearing it that way. As you can see, the lace and the hairline came very nice. I can't recall if it was pre-plucked, but I was going to work on it myself anyways. Now it is black, but I've been wanting a jet black look. Even though it's pretty dark, in natural light you can see that hint of brown, it being a natural black, so I just wanted to kind of dye that out. As you saw by the title, I am going to be using the water dye method, which I have used before. I'm going to be using Jet Black by Adore along with Crystal Clear to give the hair that shine and silky look. It's going to be great. I did buy 2 bottles of black, but since the hair was actually darker than I expected, I only used 1. I had already had boiling hot water ready, so I poured that over into my clear bin and added the dye, which is best for this method, hot water, but be careful of course. Now, if this hair wasn't black, I would use both bottles, as you saw that bit of green undertone almost as I was pouring it, just to make sure that wouldn't show through, but we don't have to worry about that. I stir the dye some to make sure it's evenly distributed before I add my wig. I was sure to spray some bedhead, or even Gotta Be if you like to use that one, to the lace to be sure it doesn't stain, especially black dye. We don't want those problems at all. After about 15 to 20 minutes, I decided that was enough for the dye, and I like to comb through it to make sure the dye is throughout the hair and kind of dip it again as I do before rinsing and conditioning it completely. Y'all see that shining silk? OMG, it looks so good. I did get my bleach ready with 50 developer and number 2 powder. I like it because it works fast and I don't have to keep bleaching it for it to take. But if you're not completely used to or comfortable with dyeing, then maybe start with 40 or lower developer to give you more room for mistakes. I mixed it to a paste consistency before spreading it over the lace. Really just the lace that'll be seen, because it'll be a waste to put it on the entire lace, especially the part that you're obviously going to cut. My consistency might have been a bit more runny than it looked, since the bleach seeped through a bit more than it should have, but it's an easy fix. You want it to go through some, but not too much where it's dyeing more than an inch of the hair. I went over it with some mascara though around the over bleach spots, which is why I love black hair, because I just feel like it's so much easier to fix those type of mistakes. I left it overnight to air dry. I always prefer my wigs to air dry. Then I scoped out how I wanted to customize it. I knew I wanted to start off with a middle part. I wanted baby hairs and also a widow's peak. Now, YouTuber's work who I love is 𝗞𝗲𝗄𝗪. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm not sure. But I definitely have watched some of her tutorials before. I was actually kind of watching it as I was doing this just to make sure I was having my technique down, especially for the widow's peak, because I had never done that. Her work is just flawless to me, and the hairline I like best. So how you pluck really depends on the type of hairline you prefer. Some people don't like the over plucked look, feeling like it's giving bald, but nah, I like it. I went in with my hot comb to push the hair back. Some people like to use water, but I like the hot comb so I can see how it looks dry, which is sometimes different and more accurate in my opinion of how it'll turn out overall from it being wet. You'll see in real time me plucking, me not going too fast and not staying in one spot excessively, but I feel like I do stay in one spot more than other tutorials I've watched. So just all about finding out what works for you. I do at least 3 sections though, the 2 sides and then the middle last. This is a 13x4 I believe, so the track begins showing around the 3rd time part in the hair. So I didn't want to pluck right over the track to avoid it from showing. I also like to pluck the hairs I've pushed upward already and pluck backwards on them just to thin them out more and in a different direction. You can see the difference in the 2 sides I plucked and the side that I didn't pluck. I like to hot comb it back with the head straight up to see if it's to my liking. I decided to go in and pluck a little more just to really get the look I was going for. Now I'm getting started on the widow's peak. Listen, if you watch my outre wig install, you will know how traumatized I am when it comes to trying to attempt a widow's peak. Well, got a big hole now. So this time I plucked and thinned the hairs out almost non-existent before I pulled them from the lace, because I could not afford getting a hole in this wig. Not today. I probably would have cried for real. I like the V look of the peak, so I tried to visualize it as I parted the hair. It went seamlessly. Oh my goodness, I was so happy. And I was just doing the finishing touches of using my wax stick and hot comb to really lay the hair how it was going to be until I installed it. I left the baby hairs out and uncut because I wanted to mold them to my face in the right spot and avoid cutting them too short or too long. I did cut the lace to match where my ears stopped, but I still didn't want to take the chance in case my middle part was off a little bit or just something like that. I cut layers, and again I was scared, girl, and I didn't even really have a reason to be for this because I've cut layers many times, but not throughout the hair as much. Based on another video I've watched, I did it this way before flexi rock rolling my hair. I wanted a one curl look, so this is the way I roll the hair to get that. I don't have the one curl iron, nor do I feel like doing all that like in the early morning or something. So I just prefer the flexi rods. I like to spray the hair with water to set the curls and cut any flyaways after I'm done rolling. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for part 2 of the install, and follow me on all my other social media platforms. Everything is at OnlyTiari. Thank you for watching. That's it. That's all. Bye.